Well, I had a very interesting revelation. Something revealed itself to me. Okay, you all know that Lord Rothschild died. I'm sure you all heard the news. Nobody knows who he is where I work. Like, they have no idea. The richest man in almost the universe, who kind of, like, it's really throwing me off. Like, at first I joked with somebody who I kind of thought they would know, but then I kind of did a leading question. I'm like, how does nobody know who Lord Rothschild is? Like, how, like, it was just the weirdest. It's one of those moments where I'm just like, where, like you mentioned, you make, like, say, a joke where you would refer to somebody like Darth Vader, thinking, everybody knows the reference, right? And then they don't. And you're like, how don't you know this reference? But, like, with the Rothschilds, I'm thinking, like, I mean, if you're on the internet, you must have heard of the Rothschilds. Like, one of the masters of the universe, Lord Rothschild, died, as probably some of you heard online today. And it's just, that's throwing me off. Like, so it's one of these things, like how I've had to bring up things about the right that people don't really understand, and the relationship with the Rothschilds, and the way that the right thinks of them. Now, I, having pretty complicated thinking about a lot of stuff, like I do a lot of, there is this and there is that, and, well, one of the things is, I'm one of these people who's like, everyone can learn from the Rothschilds. Like, if there's books on them. There's, like, really good books on how they made their fortune and how they kept their fortune. The kind of stocks that they invest in, the kind of the way that they invest, all kinds of stuff. They're a really fascinating family. Just all around. It's very much, in many regards, it's very similar to Trump. That it's like, no, you don't have to like the guy, but it really is silly to even think I have to like him. I want to know how he did it. Like what makes this guy tick? That it's that strategy kind of thing. If you don't like the person, you should at least know what makes them tick. And so I'm just amazed that people who are they consider themselves pretty aware liberals had no idea that one of the most powerful, wealthiest people in the world just died, who's almost the font of internet memes. And I'm hoping this information I got was correct, because for some reason I apparently paid my phone bill like $1 short. I hate how I do that. Forgetting it was this much rather than this much because it went up this year. But I'm just very surprised that, like, to be like, Lord Rothschild, the Rothschild family. And people just looked at me like, what? Now, they know a lot about TV. They know a lot about movies. I'm starting really to have, this is an experience I had all of you a decade ago. If you've been watching my channel, that people who are relatively young and liberal, like, don't even know who they're fighting against. Like, they don't know shit. It's really bad. Like, it's like, this is one of the people who, how don't you know about, you would think all people who are pro-Palestinian would be dancing in the streets today that Lord Rothschild has died. They'd be dancing in the streets because they would be like, the Rothschilds are one of the most important supporters of Israel. And one of the most important financial supporters. To the point that the Rothschilds have said, Israel is our country. As in, like, theirs, personally. So I'm just kind of sitting back like, how don't you guys know this? And so more and more, I'm like, really, like, it really is that idea, like, they don't know that much. It really is that joke I make. If it's not within 100 feet and line of sight or a specialty of their hobby, they don't know about it. It could be their own people. It could be their own language. They wouldn't know about it. It could be the subject they studied in college. They won't know that much about it. In a way that you're like sitting back like, okay, really, I just looked this up out of curiosity. How do I know this critical piece of knowledge about this field of knowledge, and you've never even heard of it? Oh, yes. Yes. What did he get? He got his tea tree oil. Tea tree oil. Yeah. What is this? That's odd. Oh, that's weird. Why have you guys sent me this? You already gave me my tax information. Oh well, it doesn't matter. It's all good. It's fine. Let's just go home. Let's just get inside. Because it looks like it's about to start pissing very seriously. And yeah, so I don't know. That just has really thrown me off. Like, where I'm like, I don't understand how people don't know who this person is. Like, yeah, like, you have the internet. You've never heard of this guy. So, just something I was thinking about. Because of like, the whole thing of doing a few videos on, these weird artificial collectives, how Islam, through Salafism, had its attempt at collectivizing people, and how badly that ends up, and that because you've got to give people a cause to collectivize by, typically, unless it's like, yeah, like some kind of movement of like kind of cultural unity, which like MAGA was a cultural unity movement. People of a wide variety, all agreeing on very specific kind of ideas that they all like, and then debating, is this the best course of action, and having lots and lots and lots of debate. Now this, of course, is one of the most critical of differences, that with the left and the right. The left do not have good, solid debate any longer. It's actually really sad to like hear what they call debate, because inevitably somebody gets called a Nazi or a fascist by the end of it, and that, and so this is why it's like they can't even deal with one another very well. Where, Destiny is sure everybody's a Nazi, Vaush is sure everybody's a Nazi, rich boy Hassan Piker is sure everybody else is much more dishonest and conniving than him, and so I just like, I've been sitting back like, okay, the very interesting thing here is going to be who talks about it. I bet this will be all over the right. And I bet that it'll take 2 days for the Young Turks to figure out, oh, Lord Rothschild was actually like a real, like, true figure of capitalism, like worldwide global capitalism. And the right's the only people who pay attention to his power and influence. Very interesting. So, yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, you'll like this. Where I made sure I'm having to put things in different places. This, that, and the other is a... Oh, now that's interesting. Oh, that's not a good sign. That might... Ah. Very interesting. It looks like there might not be internet today. Well, fancy that. I wonder what's going on. I heard that IG went down. I guess we'll see. Guess we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's down. That internet is down. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.